we didn't talk very much about Kentucky and Kansas. We kind of teased it. It was the biggest game of the weekend. I think that we all kind of knew what to expect from Kansas, right? Like the shot making down the stretch. Jalen Wilson hit 2 huge ones. Grady Dick had a monster 3. DeJuan Harris at the beginning of the game, hitting a couple jumpers, forcing John Calipari to guard him. Fanta, are you still in on Kentucky, though? That's where it gets kind of interesting to me, because they're still using the same lineup. It looked like they found some answers, but they were, Jacob Toppin made some really bad decisions down the stretch. There was CJ Frederick, Antonio Reeves combined 0 for 8 from 3. Where do you stand on Kentucky as we kind of move forward and look forward this season?
A team that can win an NCAA tournament game if they make the second weekend, I'd be surprised. I think they are, again, they're going to have an immense amount of pressure going into that first round game. But I do think that they have enough to win that game. They are a matchup dependent team. That's the issue with them. They have found some things. They are still a bad perimeter shooting team against good competition. That's problematic, because here's the deal with them. There's a mental factor here, because yes, they've found that lineup. That fivesome has been solid. Like, they went from, oh no, putrid offense to being solid. I wouldn't call it outstanding. I think it's been solid, good, quality. But I think with Kentucky, the problem is they end up really being you're almost a victim of your own fame, because this team is not what the brand says. They just aren't, and haven't been for a little bit. So whoever is getting them now, and whoever is getting them in the NCAA tournament, should not be upset. They should be jumping for joy. But I do think the psychological dimension of the first round game is going to be interesting. You know why? Cal is great at being that CEO, delivering the quote or whatnot. I do wonder, fellas, Kentucky is going to have the most pressure put on themselves ahead of that first round NCAA tournament game. Is there going to be a game that's more watched in the first round of the tournament than that one? I know, at least for me, I got to watch that game. I've got to see if they can win the game and move on. I think we all do.
You're just trying to fire John Calipari as soon as it ends, so you can take your little victory.
Well, I think everybody's going to try to do that. But I wonder, T.O., if Cal uses it as a fire for his team of saying, nobody expects us to win.
Do you think they put a video up of Tyler Hansborough on screen?
Yeah.
And it just says, he's done a horrible job. When he said that, dude, I was on the show with him. I was like, oh no, this is going to blow up. This is going to absolutely shoot to the moon. No.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be, I would. But guys, nobody believes in you. Like, nobody believes in you. But here's the thing too. Like, Kentucky's not a bad team. They're just not top 5 in the country. Like, they're at the NCAA
they're not
tournament.
Top 10 either.
Yeah, they're not. But they're not on the bubble. They're going to the tournament. Like, that's the crazy thing. They're not bad. That's just the expectations at Kentucky are different.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't know about that. They're on the bubble.
Here's my thing with Kentucky. They're not on the
bubble.
They're either freaking in, they're all the way in, or they're all the way out. Because if there's a slight chance that they're on a bubble, Kentucky's getting the benefit of the doubt, because Big Blue Nation travels the entire state of Kentucky to wherever the hell they got to go. So if they're either in or they're out. So Kentucky's in the tournament. So that's
honestly,
my
as of right now,
they're on the bubble though.
They have work to do. Let's put it like that. You're right, T.O. I don't think Kentucky's like UCLA, right? Where if there's any doubt, if there's any question, they're going to get put in a playing game. Remember when they put UCLA and Michigan State in the playing game? Just because you need, like, they will be put in the tournament if there's any argument to put them in the tournament. Now, that said,
CJ Frederick and Antonio Reeves, like, that's their swing guys. And when I say swing guys, that I mean they're not swing men on the wings. They're swingmen for the team, whether they're going to win or they're going to lose.
Well, that's why I'm still in on them, right? I think we saw Cal in the second half went to that lineup. He started Chris Livingston, right, instead of Antonio Reeves. And
Livingston was fine.
He was good in the first half, right? In the second half, he comes out, he starts Chris Livingston, and immediately he sees it's not working and makes a sub at like 45 seconds in, brings Antonio Reeves in, and they play that lineup for the next 10 minutes. And they're kind of hanging with Kansas, and they cut the lead. I think they got it down to 2 a couple times, but eventually he had to pull CJ Frederick because, like, if CJ Frederick's not making shots, like, there's only so long you can leave him out there. So he pulls him, then he goes back to Severe Wheeler. But it's very clear to me that Cal's accepted that this is what his best lineup is, and this is the lineup that he needs to use. And so I'm in on them, right? There's no shame in losing to a Kansas team at home when Jalen Wilson makes all the big shots and Jacob Toppin misses them. To me, that's what it was, right? Kentucky was right there. Jalen Wilson made 3 big jumpers down the stretch. Grady Dick made a big jumper. Jake Toppin made some bad decisions. You have guys that have been through the wars versus a guy that has not been through the wars. So I'm still in on them. I think they'll find a way to get there. But if the tournament started today, I think the only reason that they're in is because they have the best win in college basketball, winning at Tennessee. That's the only reason that they'd be in the tournament as of right.
Is that the best win in college basketball?
I mean, you're
I feel
on
like there
the
was
road
one
against
this weekend that was huge. Which one was it this weekend?
Well, wait, the best win this season in college basketball?
It's either Kentucky at Tennessee, Temple at Houston, or Alabama at Houston. Those are the two.
I was going to say Alabama at Houston for me.
Yeah, those however you want to call it. Like, those are the 2 best wins in college basketball this season on the road against top 2 teams in America. So, but Kentucky also lost at home to South Carolina, which, by the way, is a quad 4 loss.
Oh my God.
4 loss home to South Carolina. It is what it is. I'm still in on Kentucky though. I think they'll get to the tournament, but they have some work